Hey team, Jen here. I am coming to you at the top of week 6. We have actually just passed by our midterm mark and we've had the chance to do some solid reflecting, and I hope that you did take advantage of that, as I advised you to in last week's overview video. Welcome to week 6. Week 6 is a very controversial week. Um, just in terms of the kind of content that we're reading. This week, we are exploring ethnicity in America. And ethnicity is a huge, broad, wide um, topic for investigation. The texts and the contexts that we're confronting this week will help us to kind of narrow down and hone in on some of the most important issues and the complexities and the problems that are related to the ethnic landscape of the American experience. I do want to say, as we continue to go forward and as our investigations become more controversial and more connected to real life stakes, um, and I don't know if anywhere else in the course is that more apparent than here in week 6. I want you to keep in mind that it's really integral that you maintain a sense of respect um, for how you discuss some of these large scale topics that are certainly going to emerge while we look at this idea of ethnic America. It's very important to always keep uh, your observations about ethnicity in the context of the texts that you're reading. So, for example, it's not a very smart idea, I think, ever, but especially when you're talking about controversial issues and personal issues, that you never kind of make generalizations or sweeping statements about religion or ethnicity or sexuality that applies to everyone for all time since the dawn of man, right? That's a very dangerous thing to do. You always want to make sure that when you make an observation, for example, about a topic of ethnicity, that you're doing that with particular attention to connecting that observation to something that you've noticed in the text, to your particular way of close reading. As long as you always have a balance of the three appeals in your observation, you're going to be in safer territory than you would be if you're proselytizing or preaching or kind of ranting about your own personal views without connection to a text, right? So as we go forward and as we become better academics, as we have our eye, for some of us, on becoming professors ourselves, it's very important that we keep in mind that we're showing respect for our own perspectives by behaving in a manner that is respectable, and that we're respecting other people's perspectives and points of views, and constantly connecting that to tangible text, to logos. Logos is so important when it comes to controversy, right? That's something that we can probably all relate to. So just keep that in mind as you go forth. This week, we are reading Sherman Alexi's novel, The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. And this novel is so fitting for our course, right? Because we're really focused on the modality of journal writing, diary writing, letter writing. This is something that we're reading and something that we're practicing. So when we encounter Alexi, he certainly brings the controversy. In fact, this book is on the top of the list for books that should be banned currently in American schools, in conversations that are happening around education. And one of the questions is, what's so problematic about this text? Why do people believe that this text ought to be banned? Um, and what are the stakes of that? What are the stakes of banned texts, right? So that's something to consider as you go forward. I wanted to reflect a little bit on your topic proposals from last week and your annotated bibliographies. And I also wanted to give you some insights into how to approach the journal milestone for this week. Your proposal ideas were coming together, which is a great thing to see at this point in the semester. I saw a lot of students writing about topics that they cared about, that they were passionate about, but for the most part, your topics were just topics and not yet contexts. I feel that in week 6, and particularly with the kind of work that we've been doing, when I had a chance, for example, to look at your one sentence idea for your topic, I feel like by week 6, it's very important that you are honing in, zeroing in on your context for the final paper. I have been meeting with students pretty frequently to help them to do this. It's very important that you get as narrow and as specific as you possibly can when you think about what you're going to write about for your final paper. And I try to express that really clearly in the comments that I left for you. Um, and turn it in. So if you haven't been there yet, make sure that you're getting there and that you're reading the comments that I've left for you and that you're taking them seriously and that you're following up. I really only want the best for you when it comes to your final paper. I want you to write a publishable essay. Or at least an essay that you can present at a conference, something that really is going to stand out as an academic piece of work. That's my goal for you for this semester, and that should be your goal as well, and I hope that it is. The journal for this week, I really want to see you getting personal. I want to see you showing me your unique ways of close reading the texts that have been on the table since your last journal. And I want to see some kind of conversational tone emerging. This is an opportunity for us to develop our relationship with each other. That's the beauty of letter writing, journal writing. You're developing a relationship with another entity, whether that entity is yourself or whether that entity is somebody else. It's the development of a relationship, it's a cultivation of an important relationship between entities, individuals in this case. So keep that in mind as you go forth with your journal for this week. As always, I am here to help, to guide you, to inspire you, to disambiguate anything that seems confusing. I want to thank you for your hard work. I realize that this course is rigorous and that I am a demanding instructor with very particular needs from my students to be met. And I think that, you've made it to week 6. You have a lot of stamina. I want you to keep that energy high. I want you to keep focused on why you're doing this, what you're doing this for, what you want to get out of it. And I want you to get that. I want you to get that out of it, right? Have something that you want, something that you need to get from this course and get it, right? That's what I want you to stay focused on this week. Week 6, I think, is a pretty laid back week outside of the controversial contexts that are surely going to come up. It's laid back. You have a discussion forum, you have some pleasurable reading, and you have a journal, which is pleasurable writing, right? It should be. I want it to be for you. So sit back, relax, kick back, and think about ways that you can move forward with success. Have a great week, guys, and I'll see you here next time. Bye for now.